Hello everybody, today I thought I would do a video which I haven't actually done before, but I really wanted to do it with this brand and I'm very excited about it. I am going to do a full face of Glossier makeup, or Glossier. I did myself an online order. I basically bought one of everything that I could do my makeup with, and I actually ordered this quite a while ago and I just haven't had the time to film this video, but since then I also bought the lid stars in America and they've just released a new mascara, which I'm so happy about because that was the one product that I was like, how am I gonna recreate or do a full face of makeup with Glossier when they don't have a mascara? And now they do, so I'm like, this is the perfect time to do this. So what did I order? I've completely forgotten. Come in one of these little bags. Let's pour it all out. Woohoo! Right, we've got the concealer, we've got cloud paints. No thanks! We've got boy brow, okay. So the first thing I'm gonna do is tie my hair back so we can get a load of this face. First thing I'm gonna use is this Glossier Priming Moisturizer Buildable Hydrating Cream. Ooh, this is lovely. Nala's licking my feet. That's not so lovely. This smells a lot like sun cream. I quite like it. Look at these bags. We've got that on. That feels really nice. Next, I'm gonna use this, which is the Glossier Stretch Concealer. So this says, use fingertip to press and blend onto moisturized skin. It's buildable, add more for extra coverage. And this comes in a little glass pot. I really like the look of this. I think it looks so nice. Very excited to give this a try. So I'm just gonna use my little ring finger. Oh, it's very like wet. I wasn't quite expecting that. Glossier is known, by the way, for being very sheer, very natural. Oh, I've got a spot right on the end of my nose. That's nice. So for me, probably the sort of makeup I would either use on like a good skin day, or if I was gonna be outside a lot in the summer, maybe. The shade I'm using, by the way, is Light 10. I can definitely see that it's doing something. I'm so not used to using my finger for putting concealer on. Not that it's like really greasy, but it's very dewy. I feel like this is gonna be the most natural my makeup's looked in a really long time. Do you see how that's quite like shiny? I don't know whether I like that yet or not, because to me that just means it kind of makes me feel a little bit like it's just gonna come off. Although it says buildable, I've been building this up for quite a while and I think that's about as much as I'm gonna get. Concealer done. Now I'm gonna use the Perfecting Skin Tint, and that looks like this. This is also in the shade Light, and this is shake then smooth over moisturized skin with fingertips, blend upward and outward for sheer coverage and instant dewiness. Give it a little shake. Put a little bit on the back of my hand, maybe. This is gonna be very liquidy. Yes, it is. Maybe I should have done this then the concealer. Oh, not sure about this. I don't know if you can see that, but it's quite streaky. And this is already taking me a lot longer than it would have taken me to do this with my normal everyday makeup. Just to bear in mind. Sometimes the more natural looking makeup is the hardest to do. I don't love it. I also don't hate it. But again, Glossier is very natural looking makeup. So I'm gonna just go back with the concealer because I do feel like that got rid of my concealer a little bit. So I'm just gonna pop a bit more under my eyes. Concealer and skin tint done. I am now gonna go in with Wowder, which is a weightless finishing powder. I love the packaging for this. It's so cute. So for this, I am using a Real Techniques brush. This is the B01 brush. I am just going to dab and tap and just go for it. So far, I actually really like this powder. I think this is my favourite thing. I feel like this is where I'm getting my coverage from. And now the shininess from the concealer and the tint has kind of gone away as well. Oh, I really like this powder. I don't know if you can see that, but you can still see like my skin underneath, which I actually think a lot of people will really, really like. I'm so not used to this. Like when I put my makeup on, I'm like, I don't really want to see my skin. I want it to look like I have makeup on. I really like that powder. I think it's really nice. Next up, we have cloud paints. I'm really excited to try these. I don't know which one to go for. I don't know whether to go for Puff, which is this really beautiful pink, or Beam, which is a peach. Or maybe I should just mix the two. It's like being an artist. Oh, quite a lot comes out. I seem to have gotten it everywhere. Okay, so that's the two on my hand. I'm just gonna mix them together to make a nice like pinky coral. And then just using my ring finger, I'm gonna like dot it on. It's a really, really nice consistency. Oh boy. Oh, I should have. I'm putting this over powder. That's not good. I mean, it's blending nicely on top of it, so that's not an issue, but I feel like powder probably should go after all of the wet product. I really like that. It's very, very subtle, but I think it looks quite natural. Like a natural flush of colour. Next up, we've got these, the Haloscapes, and these are the Dew Effect highlighters. So I've got Topaz and I've got Quartz, and I think one of them is more of a bronze. Yes, so this one is more of a bronzy shade, and I think this one is a highlight. Ta-da! I feel like I should not have put my powder on. That was a really bad decision you made there, Zoe. I'm gonna go in with Topaz like down here. I'm so nervous to do this. Okay. Okay. I look dirty. Do I use fingers to blend this in or a brush? I might use fingers. We've come this far with fingers. I think we may as well carry on. It's a very kind of shimmery bronze, which I probably shouldn't have put around my face like a contour, but it is a nice shade. I quite like it. Gives a little bit of dimension to the head, which is always good. I think it doesn't help that I just have no freaking idea what I'm doing with cream product. Oh, I really like that. That is great. I feel like I've been on holiday. I'm gonna go in with the highlighter. It's a bit smeary. Don't ruin all the work I've just done. I put a little bit on my top lip. It's not the glowiest highlight I've ever used, but it's quite nice. It's subtle. I think it's quite hard to be precise because they're quite chunky, but you can always go in with like a corner. Oh, do you know what? You can really see that. I have lost a tiny bit of my blusher though, so I'm gonna bring that back. I've not really painted since I was in sixth form, but this is bringing back a lot of memories. I think building things up in layers is working really nicely. Hey, shush. And actually, as much as I loved the powder, I shouldn't have put it on when I put it on, and now it's kind of all gone. But the cloud paints and the Haloscapes are really, really nice to mix together, and they've made my skin look really, really glowy and healthy, and I really like that. So let's do eyebrows, because I love filling in my brows. I have a couple of like little gaps And so filling in my brows for me makes me feel like my brows are brows. But I have had them done recently. They've been tinted. They're in a nice natural shape. So I'm gonna use a little bit of the Glossier Boy Brow, and a lot of people love this, and this is the first time I'm trying it, so I'm very, very excited. So this is like a tinted eyebrow gel. Okay. So that is one brow compared to the other. I think it gives your brows a bit more like volume, and it makes all the hairs look very defined, which I kind of like. I think it makes my brows look like huge. Whoa, you could really make your brows look so much thicker than they actually are with this product. It's crazy, it's like building them, like defining every hair. I don't know if you can see that, but whoa. I quite like that. Like, I feel like I've done my brows. They're probably not as like sharp, but definitely there. Now I'm gonna use these. I have swatched these on the back of my hand. These are the lid stars, and I've got 4 different colors. This top one, flippin' heck. This one's Moon. This one is Cub, which is like a really nice, reddy, kind of burnt brown shade. And then this one is called Slip, which is a really pretty pinky shade. And this slightly darker, more taupey colour is called Fawn. Sort of want to try and use a mixture of all of them. So I might do Moon under my brows, just to give them a bit of highlight. Now, I know from swatching these, you need to put quite a lot, and they do blend out considerably. Done that. The pink on the inside, which is Slip. And then I'm gonna put a little bit of Cub in the middle. I love this shade. This shade is so pretty. I'm just kind of painting it on right now, and then I will blend with my finger. Then I'm gonna put a little bit of Fawn on the outer corner. It looks like I've done some weird abstract eye painting. I kind of like it. It looks very, oh shit. Okay, now I'm gonna attempt to blend these with my finger. Should have called this the fingers only challenge. As you can see, they sort of blend into like very subtle colour. I might just put a bit more of this in the middle, because I feel like that colour just disappeared. I am gonna smudge a little bit of that also underneath my eye. There we go, eyes done. See, as you can see, very, very subtle. Now, all that is left for my eyes is the new Lash Slick Film Form Mascara. Love the packaging. So this is definitely a mascara that makes your lashes look quite lengthening and kind of like spider legs. I like it. Again, it's a very like natural lash rather than thickening them. It definitely just kind of, I don't know, it lengthens. Oh, it's particularly great for your bottom lashes. Oh my God, I love it for bottom lashes. Yeah, I like that. I like it. I do need to now sort out this bit though. It's time to add a lipstick. So these are the Generation Sheer Matte lipsticks, and I have the colours. Come on. They look like this, and the 2 colours I have are Like, which is this colour. I also have Cake, which is a nude. I think I might go for Cake, which is the more nudie colour. Oh, you need really moisturized lips for this. Probably would have been good to put the lip balm on first. Tastes a little bit like ready salted crisps. What the heck? It is very sheer, and I'm not really used to wearing a sheer lipstick, but it also has like a matte finish, so it really shows up any dead skin that you have on your lips. So maybe just be aware of that before you put some on. Last thing I'm gonna do is pop on a little bit of the Glossier You perfume. It smells absolutely divine. I love it. So I'm fully Glossiered up. So that is my full face of Glossier makeup. I think for the amount of time it took me to do it, I feel like it doesn't really show much. It's a very subtle, very natural, but very dewy look. I have to say, my skin looks really healthy and really dewy. And there are definitely a few products within those that I would use again. I loved the powder. I thought this was really, really nice to use. I also really enjoyed using the cloud paints. I don't normally use cream product on my face. I feel like I'm not very good at applying it. It requires a little bit more time, a little bit more patience. I feel like if you want it to look really great, you need to sort of know what you're doing on the old like blending. But I found these were actually quite pigmented, and they were really, really easy to blend. So I liked those. I actually love Boy Brow. I can see why so many people love this. I've not filled my brows in at all, and they look so done. And every single brow hair is defined, and that's really cool. I love that as a product. I also really like the mascara. It's not the usual mascara look I go for. I quite like very thick, very voluminous, verging on clumpy mascara. And this definitely isn't that. It kind of really defines individual lashes and makes them look long and very like fluttery. Things I wasn't so sure about. The lid stars, I think, are great if you want very, very subtle eyeshadow, but then in my opinion, a shadow stick is less kind of fussy. Like with these, you still need to like blend them and pat them and like make sure they look okay, but with a shadow stick, you kind of just wipe it on, use a little brush and blend it out, and I feel like the consistency is a lot thicker. These are very thin, and I think if I kept on blending, I would have like nothing left on my eyes. The thing I was probably the most disappointed with and will not be using again is this, and that's not because I think it's a terrible product, it's just that I don't do sheer skin. I don't mind it, I really don't. I think it's definitely a look I would go for on a really sunny, nice day when I can't really be bothered to wear too much heavy makeup, or I want a very kind of natural looking makeup look. But it still took me a while, and if I want quite a natural makeup look, I want it to take me a lot less time. The other thing I'm not so sure about is the concealer. I do think out of all the products I've used, that these would be the two I would be like the least like loving of, because for me, I just like more of a heavier coverage, and that's not the product's fault, that's just, it's not enough for me personally, especially the concealer, because I love a concealer that is gonna conceal. Otherwise, I don't know. It's very wet though, and you would want to set that with a powder, definitely. Really hope you enjoyed this video, guys. Make sure to give it a thumbs up if you did, and make sure to also leave me a comment telling me what your favorite Glossier product is, or if you would like to see me do a video like this with any other brands, I would be more than happy to oblige. It was really, really fun to do. Hope you are having a wonderful day, and I'll see you again very soon.